Hello and welcome back to another beautiful day, another beautiful moment, another beautiful day to look at Ripple. I know there's moments where you might think like, what is this guy on about? He just makes a million Ripple videos with a million different prices. Today, we're going to clarify all those. And I know I make a lot of videos that are fun and I want to keep them lighthearted with jokes. We're going to pull, just for now, just for this one video, we're going to pull all the satire and all the edits, and we're going to just deliver this really quickly as possible and with as dry as possible, just so you guys can really feel me on where I'm going with this and how this really starts to weigh in as a level of importance that I think we all need to address. Now, let's just jump right in. Before we do, though, you know how it goes. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a fiduciary, I'm not your investment guru, I'm just another guy on the internet looking at stuff. You're looking at it with me. I'm gonna be serious though. Roll that intro. All right, for all seriousness, we have some things to talk about. We have a lot of things happening with Ripple. Yeah, I mean, but Jesus Almighty, it's good news. You can rest assured. We haven't broken $1 yet. We got real close. 96 cents hit. I almost sold, and I was like, I'm gonna sell it all. Okay, wait. Sorry, I'm gonna dial it down. We're being serious. I didn't sell. I'm holding everything. We have a bunch of videos we need to move through. We have a lot of things that have taken place quickly inside the market, and we want to get this information out as quick as possible. Ripple price, what's happening? Ripple is just killing it. There's so many payment platforms and XVIA and XRapid solutions being tested and being started and actually being adopted. I don't even think we need to cover that. This is where stuff gets really interesting. And this is where I think it's important for us to start talking about videos where I'll make a whole video about things like cashing in instead of cashing out. Because as we can start to see, there's a growing trend of global debt at record levels. And this scares global leaders. We've never seen this before. There could be a real financial collapse. But unfortunately for them, not for us, it's going to be a financial collapse that involves fiats and not cryptos. Well, what does that mean? It means that likely every time we think like, oh, I made a huge gain and I want to cash out, we shouldn't be cashing out into the US dollar as it continually depreciates and likely will have a collapse. We should be cashing in to really solid cryptos that are going to be the backbone and utility of the future of the modern world. And we can see here why this is where the worrying problem of global debt starts to take on a realistic approach to why we love crypto, and it's because for crypto for the first time ever, and this is we're going to go into this further in our demystifying market cap video. Crypto for the first time ever has offered a real solution to the double spending problem. You can't spend money twice, and you can't spend money you don't have. So you know, you literally can't send money if you don't have it. You can't create it if you don't have it, and you can't spend value that's not there. So as the coins are limited in supply. You know, Ripple is limited in supply, and so is Bitcoin and Ethereum. All these are limited in supply, and they have yet to really go down in value other than their runs and drops. Over a long period of time, they've done nothing but appreciate in value, and the US dollar in your lifetime has lost 80% its value. And you can see why this is troublesome for people that aren't in it, not necessarily for us. And this is why I'm starting to develop this phrase that I'm going to say called cash in, not cash out, where we're going to basically put as much cash in to coin. I'm continually thinking about this, like I'm busting my ass to work as much as I can at all the jobs possible to put my US dollars into crypto, because I have so much faith that those markets are more resilient. They're more resilient to the upcoming financial turmoil than any other currency or state currency or fiat or precious gold or metal. And I know people, I've talked to people all the time who are like, precious gold and metals, bro, precious gold and metals. And I'm like, yeah, but precious gold and metals are hard to use. Like, we are literally on the cusp of this being applicable and a utility. Like, I will be able to go and use my crypto, and that's why I think, why am I trading it out to US dollar? US dollar is losing value, right? So here we are, the debt's global, is a global issue, global debt at historic highs, and governments should start cutting levels now. But what's going to happen here is, if you look at the world's entire supply of money, all the money, and this is where things get really weird, and this is why cryptocurrencies are so important right now, and this is why you should be in them. You know, sure, global money supply is not that much. Broad money is only 90 trillion, but look at our global debt. And this is what people are still trying to figure out right now. Like, there's so much global debt. It's 300% of the global GDP. And this means that financial advisors are starting to worry about what's happening. And for the most part, they're still saying that cryptocurrencies, as in the mainstream, the main agreement is that cryptocurrencies are not good, because this is a solution to a big problem they have that they don't want to admit they have yet, and because they haven't created a solution. They didn't create this solution, so they're kind of pissed. That's my personal opinion. They didn't want this to happen. By all means, they didn't think a bunch of coders would get together and create a possible, the beauty of cryptocurrency, the resolve of removing the intermediary, the peer-to-peer exchange of value, a store of value inside a code. Of course they're scared. Of course everyone's scared. And this is why I keep thinking, I'm not trying to cash out. Like, sure, maybe you're like, well, what about if you make it a bunch of money and you want to cash out? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like, this, us putting money into other coins, smaller coins, developing coins. Like, I just looked at this a moment ago. EOS just took Litecoin, by the way. EOS just took Litecoin. It has $5 billion more. EOS is right behind Bitcoin Cash. It's headed up the list. It looks like coins that are offering utility are taking off. Tron just broke into number 10. It's right above Neo. Both of these coins, literally both of these coins, EOS and Tron, are offering something that's not really just a currency. It's offering a platform for contracts, for smart contracts to exist in, for the whole world to have a space, all of a sudden, a safe haven, if you will, from the barbarians of previous times that run amok of all the previous systems. And this is why I think, as the global financial crisis peaks, cryptocurrency's value and solution and utility will also peak. And so it's kind of going to be like everyone else's money is going down in value. If we are positioned right, our money will go up in value, because we're already into a lot of the foundational layer for a lot of these things. But what does that mean? Well, it means that I've said this on some of my past Ripple videos. I've said this, and I said it boldly. What if, now follow me, what if, what if we put derivatives, which are basically future contracts. This is like future contracts and stock option contracts, things that basically people use in the financial system or in business. What if these businesses are moving over to blockchain or to all the blockchain platforms? This is where the real store of value comes in.
We hear that the U.S. is facing a debt crisis because budget deficits are out of control. We hear that China is facing a debt crisis because of wasting infrastructure investment, bank Ponzi schemes, and bad loans to money-losing state-sponsored enterprises. Next, we hear the emerging markets are facing a separate debt crisis because of dollar-denominated debt that cannot be repaid if higher U.S. interest rates lead to a stronger dollar. In short, the whole world seems to be facing a debt crisis in various forms, but just how bad is it overall? Total global debt now exceeds $233 trillion. Another way to express that figure is about $250 quadrillion. The global debt to GDP ratio is about 318%, a dangerously high level, especially if interest rates start to rise. This debt is in addition to approximately $750 trillion of bank derivatives, as reported by the Bank of International Settlements. Adding the debt and derivatives together produces over $1 quadrillion of financial obligations of various kinds. This is far more than the amount of debt and derivatives outstanding before the last financial crisis in 2008. The fact alone means the next financial crisis will be exponentially greater than the last one. Regulators won't admit this, and investors are unprepared for it, but it's true. How bad is America's debt problem in particular? It's difficult to get economists to agree on anything, but in this rare instance, 5 prominent economists are in total agreement. Unfortunately, the issue they agree upon is that the US is going broke.
Oh boy. Wasn't that a fun video? That was great. I love those kind of videos. So as you can see, we have a huge issue. We have a possible financial collapse happening, and everyone's wondering where is a good store of value. That's why cryptocurrencies look so good. Not only are they a great store of value, but eventually they're going to be the foundation for so many different things. And here we go. Let's look at all the prices I've ever made for Ripple. Breaking them down. Here it comes. You're ready? I hope you're ready. Base money. We're going to do it this way. Base money. There's 28 trillion in base money. We're going to put, even if half, all of half, 14 trillion goes into Ripple. We're doing Ripple. We're just doing Ripple. We could do all the coins. We could do a skew of coins. We could do if they hit, how the coins are right now. And it was Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple. We could do all that, but we're not doing that. We're doing just if it hits Ripple. Ripple would be, boom, $373. Now, I bet you're wondering, well, what do we have left? We decided to mimic the rest of the tower. So we're going to put in banknotes. We're going to put in government bonds. We're going to put in corporate bonds, commodities, and of course derivatives. And we're going to go ahead and just use this as our benchmark for what could be possible layers of financial institutions jumping into blockchains, possibly Ripple, because it has such a strong tie to financial institutions already, and all the banks are already tied to it. I wonder why. Because they're trying to position themselves as a way for these guys to move, possibly to move some of their value, save face a little bit so they don't become, you know, completely washed in this thing. And as we looked, like, everyone really doesn't know what to do with this global debt thing, and that's why I think cryptocurrencies scare them so much, is because they're like, oh golly, we're all in a bunch of debt, and a bunch of people are all of a sudden getting rich. Like, we could be the new world leaders as long as we manage our finances right and don't cash out into the US dollar. Maybe we just keep buying the right coins. So, you know, what if this becomes the first world coin, the first world currency? We see a world currency emerge, the very first one, and this could be it. Here we are looking at it. It could be any coin, but we're saying it's XRP, and 50 trillion banknotes hit it. We're going to put half of it in there at 25 trillion. We'd have a $600 XRP. And this is where it might make sense that, like, oh, I said $5 the other day. Sure, because that's what's upcoming. I mean, I said $250 the other day because that's what's likely to happen by the end of the year, maybe. But we're looking at big, long-term goals here, benchmarks of institutions heading into the foundation of this transformation of abandoning these old, debt-ridden, riddled financial systems and moving towards something that works. This is, again, an experiment, and this is all speculation, but the cryptocurrencies are tried and true, coded into the foundation of it, the value, and we're going to do that in our next video. As I said, we're going to break down the demystifying market cap. So headed up the list. 28 trillion if we have 57 trillion. That gives us a good, cool 670 XRP. And that's not bad at all. I think that we could see half of corporate bonds, maybe 58 trillion go in. That gives us a $1,300 XRP. Commodities, hitting half of commodities, 150 trillion in commodities hit. That gives us a $3,500 XRP, and $500 trillion is half of a quadrillion. And we're looking at all the derivatives. Again, this is speculative of how many derivatives there are. That one world chart said there was 500 trillion. The other one said there's possibly 750 trillion to 1 quadrillion. So this is, again, speculation on how many derivatives there are. But XRP, looking at taking half of the derivative market, $11,360 XRP, above $10,000. That's how it would happen. People are like, do you know how much money is in the world? Do you know how to do math, etc., etc.? And this is what we've been holding out on you guys. Not really holding out, but we just haven't taken the time to break it down. So here is all of the possible monies and all the possible dollar correlation to XRP. This is likely the last XRP price video I'll do ever. Just kidding. I'll do another one probably like next week. But I like to do updates. So, you know, like, I do these long-term videos where I call really high numbers, but I'm going to do short-term videos too. Like I might do a video about $1 next, because that's what's coming up soon, is $1 when we hit it. And you can see Ripple has a lot of resistance to $1. When it hit 96 cents, there was a bunch of people waiting with limit orders to sell. So they just, bam, it hit this wall of sell, sell, sell. So there's walls of resistance that it's obviously going to have to break through to hit some of the higher numbers and pull all the market forward. And these are long-term numbers, obviously. We're looking at trillions of dollars moving into them as these old financial systems collapse. That's all we're going to do for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. What do you guys think about an $11,000 Ripple? How many do you have? How rich would you be? Tell me how rich you'd be in the comments section. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that subscribe button. Click that like button. Give me a thumbs up and tell me how rich you are. That's all we're doing. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Until then.
Brought to you by your team.